you will think it was a dream. In time, you will forget all about it.
But before I go, how can I save him? Holy Spinjitzu! An energetic high-pitched scream filled the small ice-carved hut and echoed through the opaque walls. Entirely lost in a whirlpool of thoughts and memories of Harumi, Lloyd unwillingly emitted an even higher-pitched scream out of simple shock, one which launched him up from the ice-sculpted bed and landed him back on his feet. Whoa, sorry to startle you there, Greenie. Aren't you ninjas supposed to be all vigilant and hyper-aware and stuff like that, though? Before Lloyd stood a right and quirky young woman with long silver hair who seemingly donned her own ninja gi. She sported a big smile, a stark contrast to Lloyd's current state. Her personality vaguely reminded him of his bumbling travel companion. Man, I can't believe you're actually alive, though. Awake! I meant awake. You were pretty bent out of shape when we found you half dead on the walkways. You're just lucky we found you when we did. Looks like I owe Yuki a $5. Convinced his new acquaintance didn't breathe once during her spiel, Lloyd simply stood on in silence, fighting to untangle himself from the blankets and bandages that he found encased him. Boy, you look like a boogie woogie bear who's lost his groove. Here, let me help you out with that. Very good, Yana. You've exceeded my modest expectations time and time again. My imminent rule draws ever so near, yet my patience begins to wear thin. I had hoped the boy would have found his way to my grace as if it were child's play. Perhaps I placed too much faith in such a husk of a mere child. Even so, once he crosses the threshold and rants the sole wish of the Wishmaster, a new age shall be set into motion. The age of the Wishmaster. Minutes had passed since Lloyd had been freed from his self-inflicted restraints. His new acquaintance had brewed the pair a batch of durian brew tea. As a wooden-carved cup was placed in front of him, Lloyd's attention seemingly drifted into the cadmium-colored brew, his mind still wrapped around his ever-growing concerns for Clancy. What's the matter? Not a big tea belly? Lloyd was promptly snapped back into reality once again, not even aware he had spaced out to begin with. The taste comes and goes, he responded. This fever dream I have sometimes about a bizarre rivalry running a tea shop for my uncle. It puts me off. An awkward silence fell among the two, neither one being able to transition away from Lloyd's ramblings. So, what's your story? Lloyd finally asked. Well, I'm glad you asked, she excitedly exclaimed as she set down her teacup. The name's Pokey. Ninja in training, geographical and linguistics, know-it-all and esteemed member of the Yogan Mura. We made our way to little old Yogan here some time back to track down the legendary Wishmaster. Once word started circling around, we made that nasty climb in hopes they could turn my wish into reality. Kinda like those, what do you call them again? Djinn fellas? It was no secret from the beginning that whoever made the climb up the Wailing Alps did so to have some deep desire manifested into reality, Lloyd being no exception. Your wish? He responded, knowing Pokey would not share his reluctance in revealing what she had pursued relentlessly. Well, to further my training in becoming a ninja, and to hopefully join the big leagues one day, my wish is to become the next elemental master of wind. I've occasionally been able to throw around little wind currents, like the power's already there to some degree. I'm just hoping that the Wishmaster can help me prove that there isn't something to fear. People tend to fear wind following the fall of Styx City. Do you think it's really possible to grant such a wish? Not that it would matter, the Wishmaster can do anything. I heard that they— Pokey's voice faded into nothingness as Lloyd's stomach dropped. The nightmares of Moro's possession suddenly overflowed his mind all at once, only accompanied by the scattered thoughts of attempting to make sense of such an unlikely scenario. Is this Pokey related to Moro in some way? The thought echoed in Lloyd's mind, or is the Wishmaster actually capable of passing on an elemental power to someone of a different heritage? With a power like that— Hey! Pokey suddenly shouted. You still with me, Greenie, or are you talking to someone else like when you were out cold? I mean, I talk to my friend I share my body with all the time, but there's a time and place. As if it had become habit, Pokey caught Lloyd's attention once more. Like a flame had been lit beneath him, and a newfound motivation had unveiled itself. Lloyd shot up from the glistening bed, wobbled over to his neatly rested belongings, and donned his pine-shaded cloak. Easy there, Greenie, Pokey protested. You can't just spring back into action so quickly. Your wounds have a ton of healing to do. Yet her words more or less fell upon deaf ears, as Lloyd was all but out the shelter's jagged doorway. Sorry, Pokey, he promptly responded, but I can't afford to lose any more time. I greatly appreciate your hospitality and all, I really do, but before that careless fall, I noticed an ally of mine being taken somewhere against his will, and I can all but guess as to where he's being taken. Like a sudden realization had sunk into Pokey's mind, she shot up from the small wooden stool that sat parallel to the icy bed. Don't tell me, she responded. You're gonna try and reach the Wishmaster on your own? A brief silence fell among the two, with Lloyd all but ready to make way, yet stumbled into hesitation when Pokey's chipper demeanor fell into one of concern. I have no choice. I need to save Clancy can't! Lloyd began to respond before being cut off by a wary Pokey. No, you can't, she exclaimed, prompting Lloyd to quickly turn back and face her. Can't? Why not? He queried. A tense atmosphere had filled the already minuscule quarters. That's not how it works in her little Yogan Mura. It's dangerous, she frantically responded. If they find you, it doesn't matter. Just lay back down, continue to rest. I'll introduce you to all of our lovely residents. Oh, you'll love them. There's Rain and Zoro and Wavern, and Lloyd was quick to intervene, uneased by Pokey's sudden warnings. Pokey, what do you mean not how it works? Who is it that you're so afraid of disobeying? As if on cue, Lloyd felt a pressure point greet the back of his all too exposed head. A round surface followed by an audible click. Without a single visual cue, Lloyd knew exactly who had caught him with his guard down. As a frightened look swallowed Pokey's face whole, Lloyd knew his only viable move was to drop his golden blade and slowly raise his hands. Greenie? She trembled. It's okay. Don't worry, Lloyd calmly responded before opting to address the musket pressed to the back of his head. Long time no see, Flintlock. I take it the whole crew went against that deal on the Dark Island then? I've been through a lot since our last little scuffle. Been granted an all-new purpose since then. Now, if you'd be so kind, the Wishmaster would very much like a good old face-to-face.